Welcome to the Texas Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. My name is Jasmine. I'm going to serve as the facilitator for our session today. Before we get started, I have a few housekeeping announcements. The first announcement, your camera and microphone are off, so our presenters are unable to see or hear you. Second announcement, you can use the Q&A feature in Zoom to type your questions to our presenters at any point throughout our session today. Third announcement, this is just one of a few different sessions that we're offering, so feel free to visit our registration site to sign up for additional sessions. And finally, this presentation is being recorded, and you can access that recording by visiting strivescan.com/Texas. With all of that said, I want to go ahead and turn it over to our first presenter from the University of Connecticut. And Alex, you are on mute.
Thank you. So I'm Alexandra Fergola, and I am the Texas Admissions Officer for the University of Connecticut. I graduated from UConn back in 2018, and let's go on this journey together. So we are located in Storrs, Connecticut. That is where our main campus is. We are an hour and a half from Boston and 2.5 hours from New York City. And there's buses that stop right on campus and go to both cities every week. So you can go off and explore whenever you want to. You'll see that we do have 4 regional campuses also listed on this map. And those are typically where our in-state students will go, and then they'll transfer up to Storrs. So when you're thinking of UConn, you are thinking of the Storrs main campus, and that's what we're going to focus on for this presentation. We have 19,000 undergraduates on our main campus, and with that, we have a student to faculty ratio of 16:1. We have an average class size of just 40 students. So you will have those large lecture halls of 200 to 300 students, but then your classes get much smaller as you get more specific into your major. We have over 115 majors to choose from and even more minors beyond that. Here is a list of most of our majors. As you can see, there's a wide variety. So we have our College of Agriculture, Health, and Natural Resources, which houses programs like our animal science and our exercise science and nutritional sciences. We have our School of Business and School of Engineering with many of the traditional business and engineering programs you're familiar with. We have a School of Education. So if you do want to become a teacher, we've got that for you. Our School of Fine Arts offers several programs, and they have the portfolio aspect of the application. So if you are interested in a fine arts major, just know that is an aspect of it. We have our School of Nursing, Pharmacy, and Social Work, along with our College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, where all of our natural sciences and social sciences and all of those fall. If you're looking at this list and you don't see a major that you're interested in, we do have our individualized major program, which is basically create your own major. So you get to pick and choose which classes make up your program. And we also have our undecided program. So if you have absolutely no idea what you want to do, that's totally fine with us. You can come in as undecided. We have 21 Division I sports teams, and all UConn students get free admission to every single sporting event. All you do is swipe your ID and walk right in. So if you want to go to the basketball game, football, baseball, hockey, soccer, you name it, all of the games are free. If you are an athlete yourself, we do have 37 club sports teams. So if you don't want to hit that Division I level, but you still want to do athletics, we have tons of options for you to compete in as well. There are over 135 study abroad programs. There are some in the summer, winter, semester long, year long, any time of year you can go abroad. We have the traditional study abroad experience. In addition to that, there are internships and research components that you can add on to the study abroad program as well. We have over 700 clubs and organizations. We have things like our skydiving club. So if you want to try skydiving and you're a daredevil, you can give that a shot. We do have our marching band, sororities, fraternities, tons of community service organizations. You can even audition to be the mascot and run around at the sporting events wearing the husky suit from head to toe, cheering on the crowd. It really is up to you to kind of find where your home is. Here are some of our favorite traditions on campus. As you can see right in the middle, there is a girl covered in mud head to toe, and that is oozball, which is on every single UConn student's bucket list. You get a group of 6 friends and you get together and you play mud volleyball. And it's so disgusting, but it's also the most fun you'll ever have. We have our 1 ton Sunday event, which is when you get a bucket and you fill it with as much ice cream that you can fit in it, and you just have free ice cream for days. We have our UConnic Music Festival, where Khalid was the headliner in 2018. And we've had Pete Davidson and Trevor Noah do comedy shows. We've had Laverne Cox and John Quinones come do lecture series. So there's always some sort of event or something going on campus. You'll never be bored. We have 99 different housing styles on campus and different buildings, and you can live in any of them. So freshmen are required to live on campus, but after that, it's up to you if you want to stay. We have singles, doubles, triples, suite styles, and on-campus apartments. If you want to stay on campus all 4 years, you totally can. We also have 8 dining halls, and everyone who lives on campus has unlimited access to every single one. Each one has its own theme. We have one that is international foods, one that's comfort foods, one that's vegan, vegetarian, and every single dining hall offers gluten-free options. So if you have a restricted diet, don't worry, you're not going to go hungry. We review on a holistic approach, which means we look at everything. We are test optional for this year and next year. So for seniors and juniors will be covered under that test optional policy. We'll look at everything. So your activities, your essay, your letters of recommendation, everything that's on your application we use to review. And lastly, here are our deadlines. December 1st is our priority consideration for merit, scholarship, and honors. And every single student who applies is automatically reviewed for both of those. There is no additional application. January 15th is our absolute deadline. February 15th is our financial aid FAFSA deadline, and March 1st is when we release all decisions regardless of when you apply. Here is my contact information. If you do have any questions, don't hesitate to send me an email. I'd be more than happy to get your questions answered. And thank you so much. Go Huskies.
Thank you. Our next presenter is from the Catholic University of America.
Thank you, and I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Wonderful. Well, thank everybody for taking some time out of your evening. My name is Kevin Medina. I'm one of the assistant deans of undergraduate admission at Catholic University, right in our nation's capital in Washington, D.C. I'd like to say that this is really the first step for you writing your story. So a little bit about Catholic U by the numbers. We are a smaller community. We have about 3,100 undergraduate students. About 80% of our students do identify as Catholic. That being said, you do not have to be Catholic to attend the university. We're welcoming of all faiths, backgrounds, race, ethnicities. Currently with students typically from all 50 states and about 33 different countries spanning the entire globe. And one thing that a lot of students don't realize is that Catholic University was actually founded as a research institution, and we are the second oldest research institution in the United States. And as I mentioned, we have a smaller community, so we do try and keep everything, relatively small. Average class size tends to be about 19 students. And while we do keep everything small in terms of our student body, that is not the same for our actual campus size. We are the largest self-contained campus in our nation's capital here in Washington, D.C., sitting on 176 acres of land. It also makes us the greenest campus in the city. And basically what self-contained means is that we are in a bubble. All of our academic buildings, dorms, athletic fields, performing arts centers are right on our campus, again, kind of in a bubble. And again, one of our biggest benefits and one of the things that we love most about where we are is being in the nation's capital. And the way that I will typically describe it to students is that we are a metropolitan campus, but only when they want it to be. Our students really do get the best of both worlds, where again, you get a very traditional college campus environment with a lot of green space and the old looking buildings and everything that, that type of environment would have. But we're also the only university in Washington, D.C. that actually has a dedicated metro stop right on our campus. And we sit on the Red Line, which is the oldest line in Washington, D.C., going straight through the center of city. So again, kind of the best of both worlds. You get the fast-paced city lifestyle for the internships, for the events that are going on, the music, culture, sports, going down to the museums and the monuments, but you don't have to be surrounded by it 24/7, which I think a lot of our students find really refreshing. We're about a 5-minute metro ride to downtown, which again is a great opportunity for those students. And your time at Catholic is not just going to be spent inside of the classroom. We do have a very, very active campus, over 100 different clubs and organizations. About 30% of our students are NCAA Division III athletes. And in a given week, we're typically hosting about 40 to 50 events on campus and then in the surrounding Brooklyn and DC neighborhoods. And being in the nation's capital, we like to say that DC in a lot of ways is run by interns. You really can't leave your dorm without getting, hit with some sort of opportunity. Every single student here at Catholic is going to receive a minimum of 2 advisors throughout their entire time here. As soon as you step foot on campus your freshman year, and they're going to be helping you both on academics as well as career and professional development. And here you can see just a few of what our students have been doing within the past year. And at the undergraduate level, we do have 9 schools of study. You can see them all here. All of our programs are direct entry, including our nursing and our engineering program. So as long as you put whatever program you are interested in on your application and you are admitted to Catholic University, you will be put directly into that program, typically taking classes within that major from day one. And going through our application process relatively quickly, we do recalculate all of our GPAs on an unweighted 4.0 scale. We're also going to be looking at strength of curriculum, and we are a test blind university. So we do not look at students' SAT or ACT test score whatsoever for any part of their application. That is something we started last year and will continue to do moving forward. So it will not play a role in your application review process. In addition to all the academic criteria, we also look at everything outside the classroom. So activities, service, leadership. You will automatically be considered for our university honors program. And our next application deadline is November 1st, which is literally right around the corner. And similarly to being automatically considered for our university honors program, there is no separate application for any of our scholarships. Last year, they ranged from $15,000 to $32,000 a year. We also have a parish scholarship and a legacy grant for anyone who is a part of a Catholic parish in the United States or has had a parent, grandparent, or sibling graduate from the university, and then a few full tuition scholarships, which we invite students to interview for. And again, no separate application whatsoever for any of our scholarships. So looking at what's next, definitely stay connected with us. I'm the counselor that reads for the majority of Texas, but we are doing high school visits all throughout the fall. We also offer interviews for those students who are seniors. And we are open Monday through Saturday hosting on-campus tours. So if you find yourself in Washington, D.C., definitely pay us a visit. We'd love to have you on campus. And finally, follow us on our social media. Instagram tends to be the most popular, where we're always posting what our current students are doing, as well as both our in-person and our virtual events. So thank you all again. I will put all of my contact information into the chat. If anybody has any questions, we would love to hear it. So I will pass it along to our next presenter.
Thanks, Kevin. Our next presenter is from Lynn University.
All right, thank you so much. My name is Federico Glitman. I am one of the counselors here at Lynn University. Originally from Buenos Aires, Argentina, I'm excited to talk to you about my alma mater. The thing with Lynn University is we're located in Boca Raton, Florida. There's many cities that are structured around colleges. Lynn is actually structured around Boca Raton purposely. One of the things that we really do, unlike other institutions, is we go to 99% of the world. Because of the migration, we're expected to become the cryptocurrency capital of the world. Even though we're a small school, we have over 40,000 college students in our local area, and we were just ranked as the #1 most diverse campus in the nation by niche. So at Lynn, you're really going to be a big fish in a small pond. Now, as we're going through our global community, one of the things I really want you to focus on is not so much our statistics, but I want you to focus on the 3 C's. What is our community? What is our culture, and what is our career placement? I'm very proud to let you know we have a 98% career placement. And in the midst of COVID-19, we really revamped what we're doing as an institution. So when I was a student at Lynn, this is how my schedule would look on the left-hand side. We called up our good friends at Colorado College and Cornell College, and I'm excited to let you know that we developed a brand new block schedule. This is only our 2nd year within the program, but you're only taking 1 or 2 courses every 4 weeks, Monday through Thursday for 2.5 hours per day. What does that provide for you on Fridays? Internships, guest speakers. We just had Fidel Castro's granddaughter speak on our campus, which is in Boca Raton, Florida. You can imagine the tension in the room. We had Stephen A. Smith. I had a student of mine from Miami last year. Every Friday, he would do a virtual internship in London, England, and he was hired by HSBC and now has a job there. Lynn University, although we're a small school, we pivot quickly and we pivot very intentionally. So imagine Monday through Friday, one course every 4 weeks for 2.5 hours per day. You get the full experience. Now, one of the things that we have at Lynn, which makes us very unique, is we are an Apple Distinguished School. Do not come to Lynn just because we're going to give you an iPad Pro. Come because of the ecosystem. All the books have been pre-downloaded and they've been written by our faculty members. So if you're more of an audio learner, you can highlight the passage, it's going to read it back to you. Let's say you have ADD or ADHD, you can highlight the passage, it's going to make it into a note section. Our curriculum is industry designed, which means our faculty members develop the curriculum based on societal norms. One of our English courses was recently changed to talk about the Texas abortion bill. And we're having conversations in class about whether you're pro-choice or pro-life. One of the scary statistics is that it takes an average student 5.5 years to graduate college. At Lynn, you can finish in 3 years, and we will pay 10 of your courses to finish early. We have 6 different colleges. The unique ones, College of Aeronautics, our College of Business is our most popular program. Our College of Communication and Design actually worked on Marvel's Endgame and the brand new Call of Duty. We have a Conservatory of Music, a College of Education, and Arts and Sciences. So although we're a small school, we may not have 200 majors, but we have 45 adequately resourced majors. Here's the thing, we know by the time that you're 42, most students would have gone through about 10 different career changes and 10 different jobs. So at Lynn, when you're looking at Lynn, don't look at us just for a major. Look at us for our foundation. We're developing you to think critically, communicate effectively, solve problems creatively, but most importantly, have empathetic listening. We redeveloped our core curriculum, so your English, math, and science is focused on societal needs. So for example, 1 through 3 are your English courses. So you're having unique courses like Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones, From Oedipus to Oprah, From Eat to Evita. Quantitative reasoning, you're having financial literacy courses. We're teaching you how to manage a checkbook, mortgage a house, finance a car, interest rates, APRs. Take our Investments 101 course. Every single day, you have to present why you bought a stock, why you sold it, or why you kept it. We're going to teach you the principles of the famous book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, to say the least. For science, we'll teach you about global warming, sustainable efforts, but most importantly, how is our society consistently evolving and how can we identify challenges? As I mentioned at the beginning, we're only 3,000 students. We're only 20% from the state of Florida. So 80% of our population is out of state and international, just like yourself. You're going to find your community. You're going to find your voice here. Once you arrive on campus, we have something called the First 40. So during the first 6 weeks, there's an event every single day on campus for you. Clubs, events, organizations, Greek life. We love to eat. So you can imagine when we have our diversity week, every single day, there's different food trucks that you can have a gyro to an empanada, to sushi, to a fried Oreo. For some reason, the fried Oreo is the most popular food truck that we have at Lynn. I'm excited to talk to you a little bit more about Lynn. If you have any questions, I'll put my information in the chat, but I will pass it back on to my colleague, Jasmine, and hopefully we'll be able to chat soon. Take care.
Thank you. Our next presenter is from Kaiser University Flagship Campus.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jordan. I'm an admissions officer from Kaiser University. We're flagship campus located in West Palm Beach, Florida. I have my information here, but don't worry too much about that because I also have it on the last slide. First thing you're probably asking yourself is why Kaiser University? First, Kaiser University has a long history of putting our students first and providing hands-on education to our students. We do this through our 15:1 student to faculty ratio. And we are a private school. However, over the past 2 years, we have given out 76 million in scholarship funds awarded to academic and need-based students. We've also been ranked 5th in social mobility by US News and World Report, #1 in Florida. Right now, something you all are probably in the middle of is the application process. So I just want to give you a quick rundown of exactly what you're going to be looking at. We are a rolling admissions school, so we are going to start accepting students on November 2nd. As we get them, we will start looking at them and you will get your answer. You could submit your application one of two ways. You could get the application off of our website, or you could add us to your common application. From there, we do need your transcript, so you'll have your transcript sent in. We are test score optional, so if you do think it'll help you, if you want to take it, that's fine. We will look at it to help you. However, if you don't, that's absolutely fine too. Some of our programs, most nursing needs an entrance assessment. If that is something you're interested in, we could definitely have that chat. From there, you do fill out your FAFSA, you attach our school, and then once everything's all set up, you send in your deposit and you join the Seahawk family. Now, as I've highlighted, help is available at any step. So even if it's, program related, if it's financial aid related, there's someone on campus that can help you. Now, we do have over 100 great programs. Now, we also have interdisciplinary studies. So you can take, classes from, different programs and create your own program. But our 5 largest programs are going to be our nursing program, our business program, biomedical science, criminal justice, and our golf management program. We also have our applied engineering, cinematic arts, psychology, and much, much more. Now, here's where we really set ourselves apart, is the dedication we pay to our students. So once you get here, all of these resources are going to be available, at your fingertips. You can sign up for free peer tutoring, in the library, or if that's not your speed, if you'd rather, learn right from the professor, our professors do set, office hours for you. If you're out of luck, if you have classes during your professor's office hours, that's fine. You can email them and set something up. We also have our career services team that's available and ready to start helping you guys as early as junior year prepare for what those next steps are after school. Now, when it comes to campus, we have suite style dorming. One of our dorms is brand new. Actually, this is their second, this is the second year housing students. We have 24-hour security at all entrances and exits to campus, as well as Wi-Fi, AC, and cable TV. Students may bring their cars as early as freshman year. So if that's something you want to do, just travel up and down, the coast, you absolutely can. But we're also located 10 minutes from downtown beaches, shopping, and restaurants, if that's something you want to just take a quick Uber. We have Olympic-sized swimming pools, esports facilities, as well as driving ranges located on campus. So if you don't need to leave, you don't have to leave. Just a little information on West Palm Beach. We are located very close to West Palm Beach International Airport. We also have 47 miles of Atlantic coastline. Golf capital of the world, if you're interested in golf, or even just, golf management program, or just the game. You can take the Bright Line up and down the coast too. So if you don't bring a car, you can, on the weekends, you and a bunch of friends can get on and ride the train down to Miami. It's about an hour trip. Or, hang out and enjoy the locals. You have Clematis, which is Thursday nights. It could be seen in the middle bubble. Town's lit up and it's really nice. We also have Holiday in Paradise, a new addition where, as you can see in the top picture, there's a huge Christmas tree built out of sand. KU Athletics, we do have 25 teams. We do play in the Sun Conference. We also have a brand new esports team, and we're very proud of our athletes and their cumulative 3.02 average. Also, scholarships can be stacked. Combating COVID. Now, it's very interesting. We did not have to close down, even though there was a lot of things going on in Florida. Kaiser was able to, remain open. We did this by limiting the amount of students in the dorm rooms, as well as campus testing and offering flu shots on campus. First thing, a lot of things I tell students when looking at a school, visit. If that's something you can't set up right away, that's absolutely fine. We have virtual open houses once a month. We actually have one coming up this Saturday at noon, October 30th. So if you're interested, you could go to that URL or contact me. Again, follow us on social media. And again, I'm just going to leave it here for a second. If you need my information, here it is. I'm going to send it back. Thank you.
Thanks, Jordan. Our next presenter is from Florida Memorial University.
Hello, my name is Nick Remarco. I am the Assistant Director of Admissions over here at Florida Memorial University. We are the only HBCU in the South Florida area, actually located in Miami, Florida. So I also have a PowerPoint slide to share with everybody. Can everybody see the PowerPoint?
We can.
Okay, perfect. So as I mentioned, we're the only HBCU in the South Florida area. We're located in Miami. One of our taglines, as you'll see as I go through the slides, is we learn where you vacation. Our campus is very small. Unlike most of the schools you'll hear from today, our entire enrollment is under 1,000 students. We do that intentionally. We do that so that we can keep our classroom sizes small. We can keep the dorm rooms pretty small. We don't have, auditoriums with 150 students being lectured to by one professor. Our average classroom size is anywhere from 15 to 18. I teach one of the bigger classes on campus, and my class is about 25 students max. Our student to faculty ratio is 16 to 1. We believe in experiential education and giving students a chance to participate and not just be lectured at for the entire time they're in class. Our school was founded in 1879 in Live Oak, Florida as a Florida Baptist Institute. This was shortly after the Civil War when they started building the HBCUs around the country. Even though we started in Live Oak, we bounced around a little bit for a number of years between St. Augustine and Jacksonville, and then finally landed in Miami in 1968. We've been on the same location since then. Our campus has gone through some major overhauls and renovations over the last couple of years. We have a basketball arena that was built about 5 years ago with a brand new weight room. Over the last few years, we've had notable guest speakers such as Barack Obama and Vice President Kamala Harris speak on our campus. We also have very notable alumni. Nobody that you may have heard of outside of this presentation, but Barrington Irving was an alum of our aviation program. So he is the youngest and the first Black person to fly around the globe by himself. We have the first and second African-American females to PhD in radiochemistry, our Florida Memorial alums. And then Sabrina Fulton, who's the mother of Trayvon Martin. She was an alum of Florida Memorial University. So we actually have the headquarters of the Trayvon Martin Foundation located in our library. And the summer camp is based at Florida Memorial University. I mentioned our tagline, we learn where you vacation. You don't have to take the Bright Line to come down to Miami because you'll be located in Miami. We're just 20 minutes from the beach, from Wynwood, from Brickell. A lot of attractions, sun, sand, dining, art, music, museums, sports. We have the Heat, Dolphins, Panthers, Marlins, Inter Miami CF, the soccer team. So just about anything you can think of that you want to do while you're studying, you can do at Florida Memorial University. Even though we're a small campus, I mentioned our enrollment's right around the 950 to 960 range. We have 13 varsity sports: football, basketball, soccer, track and field, and baseball. We even have women's flag football as a varsity sport, women's softball, women's indoor volleyball, and we're the only HBCU with a women's beach volleyball program. So our volleyball coach won the indoor championship for the Sun Conference in 2019-2020, and then fielded the same girls, went outside and won the beach volleyball championship the next year. She's the only coach to do both of those. We have junior varsity basketball for both men and women. We have 9 sororities and fraternities run through our campus, over 40 student clubs and orgs. Our chorus and the Roar Marching Band So in year 2 of having a marching band, we are now ranked second in all of Division II by ESPN for our marching band. So our marching band has grown from 65 members in year 1 to up over 125 members in year 2. This is a list of some of our majors. I don't want to go through all of them. I mentioned the aviation program. Some of our bigger majors are biology, criminal justice, psychology, business. We have one of the top schools of education. We have computer science. We are in the process of building a sports management curriculum and an esports club that would also serve as a minor. So if you want to get a minor in esports and esports management, starting in 2023, you'll be able to do so. We have somebody building out our esports lab and as well as developing the curriculum. For our aviation students, we are located next to Opa-locka International Airport. So we have our own plane. You can fly and it's only 1,000 hours to get your private pilot's license. And it's cheaper because we own our own plane. Scholarships. So we have 3 different tiers for internal scholarships. Our Presidential Honor Scholarship for students that have a 4.0 GPA, we cover the entire cost of your college year. So all 4 years are paid. Academic Excellence, which is for students that have a 3.5 or higher, you qualify for us to cover your tuition, and then you'd only pay the fees and the room and board. And our Academic Achievement for students with a 3.25 or higher, we cover half your tuition, and then you have to pay the other half and your fees and room and board. We accept external scholarships as well as financial aid. And finally, easy to apply. All you need is a 2.0 GPA. We're a test optional school, so we don't require SAT or ACT scores for acceptance, and we also don't require you to write an essay. It's free to apply, takes about 10 minutes. All we need is your transcript from your guidance counselor. If you have a 2.0 or higher, you automatically get in. You can apply with the Common app, the Common Black College app, or finally, because I see Jasmine on, you can either scan this QR code here to apply. We are open for visits, so we have tours Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. and 3 p.m., monthly open houses, monthly Saturday tours, and virtual programs. So you can apply there for free, or you can click the link and visit our campus. All right, thank you.
Thanks, Nicholas. Our next presenter is from Eckerd College.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. So my name is Brandon Oliver, and I'm an admissions counselor from Eckerd College. And so, yeah, I'm glad that y'all are here to learn a little bit more about us. So right off the bat, you can see our location. We're in St. Petersburg, Florida, right on the coast. So a very stunning location. We have an amazing beach on campus, so you don't even have to leave your dorm rooms to go out and enjoy some of the best beaches in the US. We have a lot of students from all over the place. About 80% of our students are actually from out of state. And yeah, again, we do have smaller class sizes. On average, we have about 19 students per class, a 12-to-1 student to faculty ratio. So if you are the type of person who learns best in a hands-on environment, you'll definitely find that here. And so again, this kind of just highlights where a lot of our students are coming from. So once you get down here, students really are typically one of the only students from their high school or area to be here. So students really do invest in making those connections here and really getting familiar with one another on campus. And, you know, on average, students will travel over 250 miles to go off to college, but the average Eckerd student will travel over 1,000 miles to get here. So we like to think that Eckerd students are a bit more on the adventurous side, really ready to get outside of their comfort zone and discover what it is they're passionate about. Something unique that we have is a 414 calendar. So every year students will take the same number of classes and credits. And so you'll take 4 courses in the fall for fall term, 1 course for winter term, and then 4 courses again for spring term. And so this is nice because it adds a little bit of structure to your college schedule, but it also allows for quite a bit of flexibility when it comes to things like getting an internship or studying abroad. And yeah, so it is really nice. Something that is a bit different for our first year students is that we have what's called autumn term. So for your first year, you'll come to campus 3 weeks prior to fall term. And this is just for first year students, like an extended orientation type process. So during this time, you'll get really familiar with the different departments, offices, and resources available to you on campus. Also during this time, you'll take an academic course. So you'll select from a list of about 30 courses. You'll take one for every day for 3 weeks and really get a feel for what it's like to learn inside of the classroom at Eckerd. And yeah, this is a great time, a really big bonding moments. There are campus activities and even a community service project. In this picture, you'll see an image from the candle lighting ceremony, which is really a special moment where students really are introduced into Eckerd. And so as you'll see, we have a ton of different majors and areas of studies for our students. Some of our more popular majors being marine science. That's definitely a huge draw if you're into that. We also have environmental studies. Animal studies is continuing to become an increasingly popular major here on campus. But yeah, no matter what you're interested in, I'm sure you can find a program here. We have some really niche programs that really hone in on getting support and resources, and also focusing on internship and research opportunities for our students. So as you can see in this picture, yeah, there's a beach on campus, but not only that, there's a dog in the photo. One fun fact about us is that we're incredibly pet friendly. So if you are looking to have an animal with you, about half of our res halls do allow animals in the rooms with the students. And not only do we allow dogs and cats, but also if you want to bring your pet iguana or snake or even a parrot. So yeah, all types of little critters are welcome on Eckerd's campus. And we do have an amazing waterfront and boathouse as well that really serves 3 different purposes. So the first of which is academic. So a lot of our courses, especially the marine sciences, will load up on vessels and go out and collect samples from the Gulf and bring them back to the labs to do research. We also have a service-oriented purpose. So we have one of the nation's only collegiate maritime search and rescue teams. So we have a group of student volunteers who work alongside the Coast Guard to respond to incidents and emergencies in the Tampa Bay area. So yeah, it's a really cool program and a way to give back to the Tampa Bay community. And lastly, of course, is recreational. So if you do want to check out kayaks or canoes or sailboats, or even learn how to sail, there are classes offered to students that are no additional charge. And yeah, you can even get scuba certified and go on different excursions in the area from the equipment that we offer right at the boathouse. And so if you all are looking to apply, you just have to submit the application itself. We're on the Common App, and right now we are test optional. So you don't need to submit your high school test, your ACT or SAT scores. We do need your high school transcripts though, and at least 1 letter of recommendation. We do have early action. So if you get that information in by November 15th, you're guaranteed your decision by December 15th, and you don't have to pay the application fee. And lastly, we are part of the colleges that change lives. So if you do want a space that provides a bit of an innovative and progressive approach to higher education, these colleges may be a good fit for you. And yeah, we're happy to be a part of that. And if you want to learn more information about us, you can look us up in that publication. Other than that, enjoy the rest of your evening. And again, my name is Brandon. Just reach out to me. My information is on the website if you have any other questions. Thank you.
Thanks, Brandon. So that concludes our virtual college fair presentation for today. We're now going to transition to the Q&A. I want to encourage all of our presenters to return. Feel free to turn on your camera, and I will pose a question to the group. Our presenters will respond to the question in the order in which they presented. So we'll start with the University of Connecticut first. The question is, what advice do you have for someone going through the college search process?
My advice would be, if possible, try to take as many tours as you possibly can. If you can get to in-person tours, definitely do that, because you get a real feel of what the campus is like and what students are like and what it's like to physically be there. If you can't get there in person, definitely try to do as many virtual tours, because that's the next best thing.
Yeah, I would definitely, agree with that, especially over the last year where a lot of students weren't able to do tours. And really, one of the biggest advice I would give students: use us, the admission counselors at these respective schools, as a resource. We've heard all of the questions before. We're used to working with students from your specific areas, so definitely use us as a resource. That's really what we're here for. So anything that you might think of throughout at any point in the process, We're here to make this process as smooth, as simple, as easy for all of you. So definitely, again, use us as a resource.
I mean, I completely agree with both Kevin and Alexandra, and I'm probably going to say something a little bit controversial, but I believe it. Acceptance rates shouldn't matter, and that should be the last thing you're looking at when you're applying to colleges. You should really be focused, like I mentioned, the 3 C's. What's the community like? What's the learning culture like? And what's the career placement? You have to remember, this isn't a competition of who gets into what school, but rather the application becomes a testament of who you've been the last 4 years and your potential for the next 4 years. There is no statistic that shows that a school that has a 20% acceptance rate has a 100% career placement or a success rate. So acceptance rates don't matter. There's 4,000 schools. You're going to find your voice somewhere.
I guess I'm up because our buddy at Kaiser decided to head out. So one of the things I'd like to say to everybody, and it's what I tell all the students that are researching colleges, don't settle. Do your due diligence. Find a school that fits what you're looking for, and then narrow down your search. Don't settle for somewhere that's might be good enough that you like the view of their campus, but they don't have the major you want. Don't settle. This is your future. Make sure you get into the college that's the perfect fit for you, because it is out there. So do your research, find the perfect fit, and go there.
So yeah, very good advice. Yeah, I agree with everything. I would also add, speak with current students. So yeah, when you are visiting campus, I would say speak to multiple current students to get more perspective, because everybody has an opinion and it may vary from student to student. But yeah, utilize us, but also get a feel for how current students feel about their institution.
Thank you all. So that concludes our virtual college fair for today, but I do have a few closing announcements. As you exit from the Zoom session, a survey will appear. It's approximately 5 questions or so, but please complete the survey. It's extremely helpful as we aim to improve our virtual college fair offerings. I also want to remind you that you can visit our registration site to sign up for additional sessions. And finally, if you want to access this recording, visit strivescan.com/Texas. I want to thank our presenters for joining us, but also thank you to all of our attendees. I hope everyone has a great evening. Thank you.